Oh, hi Leo, welcome to Cara's Universe, Tarot Readings from the Heart. This is your June 2022 reading for the month. We're going to use the Elemental Wisdom Tarot. Love this deck for your reading for this month. What I'm going to do is I'm not doing a predictive reading for the month. What I am doing is talking through what it is you need to be focusing on for the month, okay? So June, we do one card at the top to talk about what you should need to be focusing on, and then we do a 10-card reading underneath it just to kind of look at the situation and how and what needs to be resolved and that type of thing. Okay, so if you'd like to order a reading with me, guys, click on the link in the comment section below and sit back and enjoy your reading. Okay, Leo, let's have a look at what it is that you need to be focusing on for the month. The Two of Coins. So there's something about juggling here and prioritizing. So the Two of Coins is a card that would reference the idea about trying to create more balance in one's life, but it's also a card that refers to trying to create, for example, something like a work-life balance. Sometimes you might be doing too much of one thing and not enough of the other. The other thing with the Two of Pentacles energy, it's about switching things up. So some of you guys might be needing to focus on switching things up. It may be with the Two of Coins, you need to be focusing on your finances, trying to get your finances into some sort of order, for example, or into some sort of balance with the Two of Pentacles. Energy showing there. There are other things that I was thinking of with this card, but they'll come to me as we go through the reading. So really the Two of Coins is all about switching things up. It's about trying to create more balance within your life, whether that's a home work-life balance or balance within your relationships or balance within whatever the case may be for you with the Two of Coins. It's about trying to create more balance with your finances. It's about maybe switching things up, changing things in terms of how you're handling finances, or it's about because sometimes this is a card that would refer to, you get money in one hand and you're paying it out with the other. So, how can you kind of retain more money for yourself, that type of thing. Two of Coins is a card about balance, but it can also be a card about imbalance as well, because it talks about juggling. For some of you guys, it may be about weighing things up. So sometimes this is a card that would reference questioning something because you're weighing up the pros and cons of a situation with the Two of Pentacles. The Two of Pentacles also represents dancing, playing, having a good time, getting out and about and kind of going clubbing or something like that, because it's a card about dancing as well and enjoying yourself and playing. So it's a card about having fun as well. Let's have a look at what's going on around this then. So we can see that there's something probably in terms of work. And when I get the Eight of Coins, often what this reminds me of, Leo, is banging something out. It is a card about skill, and eights are all about mastering things. So it's mastership or mastering things. The eights represent how we master certain things within our life. How do we master a skill? We do something over and over and over again until we've mastered it. But also the Eight of Pentacles is simply about kind of banging things out. So sometimes this can be a repetitive card where we're doing something repetitively. And sometimes within the Eight of Coins, it can be that you're in a job that's very boring. It's very kind of one-dimensional. It's like let me just think. Okay, something like data entry could be your Eight of Pentacles, where you're just typing in numbers day in, day out. You're doing something in a repetitive way, a repetitive manner. There's not much room for creativity, but some people would see this as a creative card because it deals with the idea of craftsmanship. Let's have a look at the next one. Okay, so this is some of you guys, I would say. Some of you guys, to me, this looks like the need to switch things up this month. Some of you guys are really tied down by work. Because the Devil is to be tied to something, and the Eight of Coins is work. So some of you guys are really tied down by your work. That's all you do. You don't have much of a work-life balance. You just work. You work all day long, and that's it. You need some time to connect to spirit. You need some time to take a step back with the star energy, and you need some time to kind of withdraw from that. You need to distance yourself from these energies. The star also means to distance oneself. You definitely need to be distancing yourself from doing this a little bit. You need to take a bit of a break here. Look at these two cards here. Now, the Devil is, I think it's ruled by, it's Capricorn, so I think it's a Saturn card. Okay, so we've got all of these kind of boundaries here with this card. You'll notice another card that refers boundaries is the World card. So often when you look at the World, even though it's often read as being the ending of a cycle card and that type of thing, it is actually also a card that talks about somebody who lives in their own little world, because the ring around the woman means that she doesn't come out of that boundary. She doesn't at all. I remember when I think it was Will Smith hit, what's his name? Is it Chris something in the Oscars? And I did a reading, just not on YouTube, just for myself to see how Will Smith felt about it. And I got the World and the Eight of Cups. That was saying that the Eight of Cups walks out of the world, so he's going outside of his boundaries, overstepping the mark. So when you get cards like the Devil and the World, they are boundary cards, both of them. This is you removing the boundaries as well with the Star, because Star is all about healing, but it's also distance. So some of you guys are working too much. You're always at working. Some of you guys, I wouldn't be surprised if you work 12 hours a day, 14 hours a day for some of you guys. I can see that you're working towards a goal, which is great, but I do feel that with this being the card that you need to be focusing on for the month, Leo, you've got to focus on switching things up, creating more work-life balance. Okay, even if it means that you have to I don't want to say even if it means that you lose money, because some of you guys can't afford to lose the money. You've got mortgages, you've got bills to pay, you just can't afford to do it. So I'm not going to sit here and say, even if you lose them, that would be wrong for me to say. I wouldn't say that to anyone. But there's definitely a need to kind of take some time out, because this looks like a soothing bath, and this person looks like they are absolutely trapped. They're trapped into their work. They are tied into their work. Look at how she's bound, and this is work. The Chariot. Some of you guys need to just move out of this for a little bit. You need to go on a trip. You need to go traveling with the Chariot energy showing here. To see family, to see loved ones, to see the people that you care about with the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups is love. It's the people that you care about. And the Chariot is traveling. So some of you guys really need to be traveling. You need to go and see the people that you love, the people that you care about. Also, some of you guys probably need to focus on pursuing something new. All right? Pursuing something new. Because you're just doing too much here. And some of you guys, it may not even be paying off. I mean, it might be paying off financially, but I think emotionally, mentally, probably not. The King of Cups. Okay. Often when I look at cards like the Cup people, the King and the Queen, whenever they got a cup open, somebody's helping you or supporting you or giving you some assistance. Look, you've got all of this love here. King of Cups, Page of Cups. So you got a lot of support, I think. Or you need to focus on getting some support here. You got a lot of people around you here. This could be you. See, these people here are supporting you in your endeavours, Leo. That's you there, the Queen of Wands. And I've got these, it's almost like these people are celebrating you because they've got the cups held up to you. So I've got a lot of people who celebrate you, who love you. This is you, Leo. High Priestess. Judgment. Okay. So something that hasn't been focused on with the High Priestess, because High Priestess can be a secret. And with the Judgment card being the awakening here, this is a spiritual awakening here. Okay. But also this is something, when you get a High Priestess card, it's quiet. There's a stillness here. But with the Judgment energy, there's something being resurrected or coming out of this High Priestess. And I think that this is you, because often the Queen of Wands I would read as a Leo card. So I feel for some of you guys that you guys are really supported here. And I think that you're going to be very supported in your endeavours with this Queen of Wands. In whatever action you take, I think that you're going to be very supported in this. But I feel that with the High Priestess, some of you guys have really been suppressing something here. And it needs to come out with the Judgment energy. Because I feel that even if this is the King of Cups and the Page of Cups, even if this is your boss, you know, even if it's your boss or even if it's your family members, more than likely probably family members, because cups tend to be people that you're really close to. But it doesn't matter. It could be still be your boss or it could be your colleagues. I think that you'd be support. I think that they would support you because you can see here. But these people, I'm noticing, they're behind you, Leo. They're not in front of you. They're behind you. So it's almost like you don't even see that you've got the support here. And if you look at the Queen of Wands, she's a warrior. So some of you guys are just working because you're being the warrior. You're saying, no, I can do it. No, I'm staunch. I'm strong. Queen of Wands energy. I'm fine. I don't need anybody. I'm absolutely fine. But what you don't realise is that you have a lot of supportive people around you, and you really need to be talking up. You really need, because there's a lot of stuff that you're suppressing as that Queen of Wands. I think that you're suppressing a lot of stuff with that High Priestess, and I think you need to let it out. Some of you guys are really tired here, and you need a bit of a break with the star energy. But I think you need to talk about it with people who will support you. Now, it might be that your partner, for example, you work. You might need to say to your partner, maybe this is your partner and your child, for example. Maybe you need to turn around and say, I need a bit of a break from work. So, can we work something out? The Two of Coins energy here as well, working things out. There needs to be some form of a change here, or some form of, what's the word I'm looking for with the Two of Pentacles energy? It's not just, there's another word, I can't think of it. When you do tarot, there's so many words that are associated with these cards. But the Two of Coins talks about changing things up. And I certainly feel that there needs to be some form of a switch up here. So some of you guys do not feel that you'll be supportive if you turn around and say, you know what, I need to take a break from these energies here. I need to distance myself for a bit from this. I need to go travel and see the people that I love. Will you support me in this? Some of you guys are just carrying on doing this, and you're keeping a lot of secrets, and you're suppressing a lot of stuff here. Okay, and also the Chariot and the Ace of Cups and the High Priestess, all three cards together can actually indicate somebody who is controlling their emotions. But at some point with the Judgment energy, it's all going to come out. Because Judgment, there are two cards, there are three cards. 1, 2, 3. Now this isn't reversed, but beyond Judgment, before Judgment comes up, what we have is suppression in that card. It takes something, a major event or something to trigger you that brings, for example, think about Judgment with the angel blowing its horn. It brings the dead bodies up. The dead bodies are really just a metaphor for what lies beneath, what has not been tapped in for a long time. So you've got the secrecy hidden of the dead bodies in Judgment. You've got the secrecy suppressed, whatever's going on there in the High Priestess. You've also got the emotional control of the Chariot. Now, actually, what's interesting as well is you've got control Chariot, suppression High Priestess, and hidden in Judgment. Okay? The only card here, there's two cards here that suggest things are going to come out. Judgment and the Ace of Cups. When you get the Ace of Cups, it's an outpouring. So for some of you guys, there's an outpouring here. Whatever you're controlling with the Chariot is going to come out with the Ace of Cups. Chariot also brings things out. It's so interesting, this reading, because you've got actually three cards now I can see that are going to bring out whatever that High Priestess. I mean, you really are, and also the Star shows that as well. Because the Star, can you see how she's pouring out the water? This is a release. This is a release. So now what we're looking at is the release of the Star, the projection of the Chariot, the overflowing of the Ace of Cups, and the eruption of the Judgment energy, the resurrection of the Judgment. So you've actually got 1, 2, 3, 4 cards that are showing you that there'll be an eruption of something here. Because some of you guys, all you're doing is working. And at some point, there's going to be a release here. The release of that. Now, the High Priestess is the card that we really need to look at here, because this is really what's hiding. Okay? What is hiding? And there's a lot of passion and anger perhaps hiding, because the Wand people are not just enthusiastic people. They're not just kind of, devil-may-care, fun-loving, good-time people. They're also very angry people. Now, she's not reversed, but I have seen Wands that are not reversed who have shown anger. Ace of Wands I've seen as being angry. King of Wands I've seen as being anger, especially when surrounded by swords. Now, there isn't a sword card here, but at the end of the day, you've got release cards. These two cards together, the Eight of Coins is bound in that devil. So some of you guys are working too much. There is no, and it's relentless. The Eight of Coins is relentless. Think about just consistently bashing away at coins. Never stops. Just consistently doing it. It's a repetitive card. So this is you guys working hard. Devil, you're bound to your work here. But at some point, I think that whatever it is that you're suppressing here, for some of you Leos, it's going to be released with this card. It's going to be projected out, released, and there's going to be this overflow of emotion with the Ace of Cups when everything just comes up at some point. This is like a champagne bottle. You uncork it and it all comes out. That's what, for me, the trumpet is about. So I'm just seeing cards here that are releasing whatever is going on in that High Priestess, because some of you guys are suppressing a lot of stuff here. All right, you're showing a very formidable face, the warrior face. Yeah, I'm fine. I can cope with all of this work. I'm cool. I don't really need a break. I'm fine. Some of you guys are doing it for your families, for example. But what you're failing to recognize is that you actually have support. Some of you guys, this could be your boss. It could be boss and colleague or people who celebrate you, because you've got 2 cups being held up to you. So you're very celebrated by people here. And for some of you guys, and you're the star. These 2 people are celebrating you and they recognize that you're the star. They recognize that you're somebody who is greatly skilled. You've got great potential. You really stand out. And that's because you are so focused in on your work and you're really celebrated by these people for it. Okay? But I think that some of you guys are really, really suppressing stuff. You're hiding stuff. Now, I can't see any cards showing me tiredness, but I do still feel that you're suppressing a lot of stuff here with this High Priestess. And at some point, everything that you're doing right now is just all going to come out. And it's going to come out in a really massive way. Now, we don't have the Chariot, but we don't need it. The Ace of Cups is an overwhelming display of tears and emotion. The Chariot projects things out. So whatever is going on with the High Priestess will be projected out by the Chariot and the Judgment energy, because they're movement cards. This card hides things. These 2 cards will bring it out. And this is the emotion, the overwhelming. So and this is release. So some of you guys need a bit of release here with the Chariot from these energies here, because if you don't, at some point, whatever it is that you've been suppressing with that High Priestess is just going to come flooding all out with these 3 cards here. It really is. It's just all going to come out. So you've got to switch things up here with the 2 of Coins. It's really imperative for your own peace of mind, for your own sense of well-being, the star energy showing here. It's time to... There's some clearing that's needed here. You know, you will be supported, because I think that you've got people behind you that really do support you. So whoever they are, you will be supported. Don't be afraid to speak your truth and to say, I need a break. I need some time. I need some time away from this. It's perfectly fine to do that. But what is not fine is to carry on doing that. You need some distance and you need to release this energy here. There's too much of it going on, because whatever you hide here is going to project out. Chariot will project it, Judgment will project it, and you'll have an overwhelming sense of emotion, because that High Priestess is bottling up whatever is going to come out. See, whatever you bottle up with the High Priestess will come out with the Ace of Cups. So you've got to find a way to, and I know that some of you guys like being in the limelight. The Queen of Wands and the Star is somebody who loves being on top. They love being in the limelight. They like being celebrated. Some of you guys really love it. You love being celebrated. You love the boss or whoever this is saying, you know what, you're amazing. The amount of work you put into this project, the amount of this that you do, the amount of that you do, you're incredible. And you love it. Because what's influencing you above your head is the Star. Some of you guys have got a goal that you want to achieve with the Chariot. Okay? So you suppress how you're truly feeling. But at some point, it's all going to come up. Because some of you guys are just not taking a break. For some of you guys, it's because you want to impress whoever these people are. Because you're being celebrated and you're being touted as getting this promotion or whatever it is, or achieving the goal. You're on target to get there, all the rest of it. Yeah, you're on course with the Chariot to achieve the goal with the Star. And you're like, I can't stop. I can't back down from this now. I've just got to carry on going. But I think the universe is saying to you, Leo, you have to. Because at some point, you're at breaking point with these cards here. They may not look like it when you look at them, but the cards can read in all sorts of ways. So it's time for a break, guys. It's time to give yourself a bit of a break. And don't be afraid to talk and to express and to open up. Shine a light in the dark place. Star shines a light on the High Priestess, whatever she's hiding. Don't be afraid to shine a light on what's really going on. Because if you continue doing whatever this is in silence, because you're celebrated, because people see you as, you know, amazing with the star energy. You've done so much, you've done so well, you're on course to achieve the bonus or the goal or whatever it is. This is all going to come out at some point. You can't keep it up forever. So it's time to do yourself a favour and change things up in the month of June, even if it's just temporary. It really is important to do that. See you on the next one.